Dandadan is the peak of modern shonen. The aesthetics, animation, fight choreo, and even the openings. It checks every box and hardly leaves any out. I mean, you got a female character from a shonen that actually does something in every arc. Think for a minute. When was the last female lead that you really liked from a shonen? Yeah, you have to think way back for that. Thousands of shonens, yet you can count on your fingers the amount of good female characters with proper screen time. Female leads are what shonen absolutely misses. Yes, you got trash like Sakura, but even beloved characters like Hinata and Robin are underutilized. Black Clover's Noel and Vanessa are the only exception to this rule, but even their moments are far in between. That was the case for decades until Ayase Momo. There are some arcs in the show where Momo solo carries the plot. It's so refreshing to see. Momo has to be the most screen time female character in a 15 episode run from any shonen. That's just crazy to think about. Momo's abilities ain't that extravagant, but you know what? At least she uses her abilities every arc. I love her no fear attitude, jumping straight to danger. Oh, and you can assure she will be the instigator for every fight. But that isn't the only thing unique about the show. Romance. My god, the romance in this show is amazing. The female lead is a typical otaku loner, however, the chemistry and tension build up in each arc between Momo and Okarun is just fun to watch. I mean, Ira and Gigi home-wrecking moments are hilarious, but at the same time, rage-inducing too. They are great side characters that support the character dynamic between the couple. You feel for Okarun whenever Gigi and Momo are having a blast. You get anxious for Momo whenever Ira makes advances towards Okarun. Other shonen have a goal to reach, but in Dandadan, the goal is the romance itself. There is no grandiose dream of Hokage or Pirate King, rather, it's just two awkward fellows that want to stay together forever. It's endearing and such an eye candy. Now, I have only talked about the characters, but the story is nothing to scoff at all. One thing to appreciate from this show is the tonal shifts. Dandadan, for the most parts, is a light-hearted comedy. The over-the-top expressions and actions lead to some hilarious moments, but whenever it's time to get serious, oh, it gets serious. From getting the imposter syndrome to not jokes to suicide, I don't even know how those changes are this seamless. It never feels like it came from left field, rather, the tonal shift always leave you at the edge of your seat. One thing you never say about Dandadan is that it is boring. Yes, you can have criticism for some of its sexual jokes, and also you may not enjoy the romance. It is a high school romance, so it might feel corny for some, but for many, Dandadan is a bizarre comedy with lots of upsides than downsides. There is a niche for each type of viewer in this shonen. There is romance and comedy for the slice of life people. There is action and beautiful animation for shonen nerds, dark stuff for people who desire some realness in their story, sad backstories that pull your heartstrings. Yes, like I said, it takes every box. Speaking of backstories, Dandadan has extremely nice backstories. The story of acrobatic Silky broke my heart. The plight of a middle class mother trying to give everything to her daughter. The playful nature of a kid wanting to play, but instead got to be a sacrifice for a cult. It genuinely sucks to see, and you start to root for them. Last thing to touch about before ending the video is the ironic ways Dandadan is written. For example, the Evil Eye arc of season 2. Ain't it ironic that the kid that was trapped his entire life has an ability to trap his enemies in a house? Ain't it ironic to see Evil Eye's main power being football, which was the first bonding moment between Gigi and Okarun? People have a misconception that Dandadan is a goofy story, but the thought it has for such minute details is just praiseworthy. There are so many such moments in this show. The ironic twist to each plot point is something I seek in each episode. Let's not forget the fashion in this show. It has some of the best outfits I have ever seen in any anime. The streetwear is amazingly illustrated, the monster design, is second to none as well. It's creepy, and once you see it, you can never unsee it. I feel like it has to be the peak of modern shonen. With such diverse writing, with little to no drawbacks, it's the stuff of legends. Anyways, I will end this video here. Hope you enjoyed watching this one, and for now, this will be Dungeon signing out.